this valuable resource. The other thing is people say you don't get something for nothing, and you're right, you don't. You're already paying for it. We all are. We've been paying for it since the early 90s. We pay a tax on our telephone bill, and that tax is what pays for the program, and the hearing loss is the disability that entitles you to receive the benefit. Any questions?
Yes, is it compatible with the other phones?
It is, that's a great question. It uses your existing telephone number, so it's just like going to the store and buying another phone for your house. And if you have another phone system, like a cordless phone system in your home, or any other phones, it does work in conjunction with it. It's just like going to the store and buying another phone. If the problem is you only have one active telephone jack, like if you have Comcast and your telephone jack is through your modem, we have the equipment that we can allow you to plug in more than one telephone into that jack. And when we come and install it for you, if there is any additional equipment needed to get the phone to work, we provide that at no cost.
Can the widow of a veteran get it?
Yes, so anybody can get the phone. I have had veteran officers sign for the widow because they've worked with the widow and because it's the officer's professional, it's their signature that's getting it. So it says under penalty of perjury, you do say that they have a hearing loss. So if the service officer is okay with signing, then that's fine.
Client is on the lifeline, you know, the button, I've fallen, I can't get up. Any conflict?
No conflict, it's actually compatible with the life alerts. These are great questions. I have to write these down so that I know to mention it in the future. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble now. Here we go.
You all love me.
I love you, Mr.
Gina Marie, you should mention that basically to have the phone installed in the facility, their home, their office, they should have access to Wi-Fi.
Good point. So you do need internet for the captioning to work, but we are actually the only captioning company that does have a non-internet model. The thing with the non-internet model, and that's why I don't mention it that often, is it has to be an old-fashioned analog copper telephone line. So it does not work with Fios or Comcast, which the majority of the state, that's what they're dealing with. And I know Verizon is forcing everybody to change to Fios from the analog copper line. But if you happen to be that individual that does have the old-fashioned copper telephone lines, the non-internet phone will work. We can't give the equipment for free through our program because of federal laws, because we're now using the telephone line for captioning as well as telephone, and the government regulates telephone lines. We can sell that phone, the equipment, for $40. There's no monthly fee after that. But if the $40 is a hardship, the state of Massachusetts has an equipment distribution program that you can apply, and I can help facilitate that for you. And they will purchase the phone for you at no cost. Any other questions?
How does the phone work with macular degeneration?
So macular degeneration, for you people that don't know, is visual impairment. It's your eyes. There's actually a special font that studies have shown that people with macular degeneration can see that writing, that font style better. I have had people with severe macular degeneration that pretty much they're legally blind and they're not able to see the captions. But what I do ask people is try it, because it might work for you. But something that's special about our phone is that it's not only the captions, it's not only louder, but we can actually adjust the tone for clarity. And that's where a lot of people with hearing loss have difficulty is clarity. It's not every voice, it's certain tones and pitches. And we can adjust that so they actually still may be able to hear better and have the captions as a backup. And if they can't see the captioning, we can program it that you can go back and review after you hang up the phone to see what was said, and a family member or a loved one can help you if you're questioning what was being said. And there is an answering machine built into the phone as well. If you have hearing loss, you know that listening to messages can be very difficult because people talk faster, and then you have to keep rewinding the message. There is an answering machine built into the phone, and it will caption what's being said. If you have voicemail through Comcast or Verizon, you can access your voicemail with the captioning phone, and it will caption your messages, your voicemail messages as well. Any other questions? One question I'm surprised I didn't get is one if you don't have a landline. If you have a cell phone, as long as you're familiar with the Bluetooth in your cell phone and you know how to pair your cell phone with Bluetooth technology, we have a device that you can pair your cell phone to. That device then becomes the telephone jack with your cell phone number in it, and then we plug the Cap-Tel phone into the device so that when you're at home, when your cell phone rings, the caption phone will ring and you can answer the caption phone and get the captioning. Or if you need to make a call, you would just pick up the caption phone and dial, and it will dial out as if it's your cell phone that's dialing. But that only works when the cell phone is in the home. When you leave, it unpairs from the device. So that's why the person needs to know how to pair it so that when they come home, they can reconnect it and repair it.
If you get a phone call and you are talking to the person that's being captioned on this, can that be kept there? Like, for example, if you get medical advice or something like that, so you can share that with someone else?
Yes. So we can turn it off. I've had people that wanted to deactivate it, but generally we usually keep it active. You can have it that it will save what is said to you so that you can go back and review it, and it stays there until you delete it. Any other questions? Again, thank you so much. Please come out and visit me at my table, even if it's just to say hello. I'd like to meet you all, and it's an honor and a pleasure to be here today.
Many great services for veterans.